Velocity morning, peace and blessings. All right, getting into the Rahu MKS in the ninth house. Rahu, Marana, Karaka, Sthana in the ninth house. Why is Rahu MKS in this particular house? What are the qualities and the significations of the ninth house? You feel me? We're going to get into it. I'm going to try to be straightforward with this video. You know what I'm saying? Make this shit quick as possible, not be too elongated or elaborate with it or whatnot. But yeah, so get into it. Rahu MKS in the ninth house, right? So why is Rahu MKS in this position? When it comes to the significations of Rahu itself, simply put, Rahu was just a hungry, horny guy, right? And a guy who desires to be all powerful, right? I'm trying to eat, I'm trying to fuck, and trying to be God. That's Rahu. All the extra shit, all the scriptural customs and Guru Dave, and you know what I'm saying, all the spiritual traditions and the adherence to dharma and the family structure, custom system, blah blah blah. Like Rahu don't necessarily give a fuck about anything else except obtaining the objects of its desire, right? Rahu is energy that has like a complex of lack. It's kind of like Saturn in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's knowing that it's missing something, it's knowing that it's lacking something, it's knowing that something is absent, which gives it the drive, which gives it the hunger, which gives it the tenacity to seek or to, aim to arrive at a certain standpoint or whatnot, right? Uh you know, um, it's not always a criminal energy either. It can actually be an energy that propels the individual greatly, you know, when it comes to their spiritual evolution or their journey or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because Rahu is also the principle of understanding how to be comfortable within the chaos, how to find that point of balance within the chaos, within what seems to be the storm, within what seems to be the hurricane or the fuckery or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? It's bringing the mind to those states and being able to still steal the mind within the illusory bullshit and chaotic fuckery of Rahu, right? But that's going off on a tangent. Getting back to what I'm talking about, right? So Rahu in the ninth house, right? Hungry, horny guy, not necessarily always criminal, but is willing to do whatever it takes in order to reach the object of his desire. That's the problem with Rahu. That's basically the problem. That's what can turn Rahu down to a criminal direction. He's willing to do whatever it takes to reach the object of his desire, right? So when it comes to the ninth house significations, the ninth house, this is about law, spiritual law, higher dharma, higher custom, higher knowledge, blueprint of universal law. The law of attraction. You know what I'm saying. These different things and pretty much understandings of the subconscious mind and the substratums of reality and putting it into play, like following this particular system, whether it be a religion, whether it be a spiritual tradition or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? Following these perceptions and seeing these perceptions through, having faith in these particular perceptions, right? You know what I'm saying? And through one's faith, through your own view of reality, right? Through your own view, faith, and holding of reality. This is what your mind will manifest and fructify as your destiny, right? In regards to the future, right? And most of the time, your faith, what you believe in, what you look towards, what you deem as the true path or the higher dharma or whatever, it comes from what you've been seeing in the previous life and whatnot, right? So this is why the ninth house can also be looked at as, a house that indicates past life, also future life at the same time or whatnot, right? It's like a link, uh, a baton of some sort, right? It's like, you feel me, in a baton racing the one of the runners behind coming passes the baton to the forward, to the nigga in front or whatever. It's kind of like a ninth house thing and whatnot, if that makes sense. So, uh, yeah, ninth house is pretty much, you feel me, what your mind has faith in and the faith that will manifest as your reality. That's the ninth house. So, when Rahu comes in this particular house, the thing about Rahu wants what it wants so bad, especially when it pertains to egotistical things. Like I'm trying to be Nino from New Jack City or whoever the fuck, right? I'm trying to appear as this great preacher guy who is just the closest nigga to God that you've ever seen and ain't shit above me. I'm the grand poobah of busting down Christian bitches or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? If a person has that type of perception, if a person has that type of desire within them, right? A nature boy type of desire, right? You don't, and I think he had Rahu. He has. It's crazy because he actually has Rahu in the ninth house of Cancer, but it's like you don't give a fuck about lying, deceiving, misdirecting. You don't give a fuck about corrupting or doing whatever you have to do in order to be seen as some type of religious, godly. It don't even necessarily always have to be religious. It could just be like a wise guy or a knowledgeable guy or a respectable guy of some sort. You feel me? You don't necessarily give too much of you don't necessarily care too much about the Dharma itself, if that makes sense. Upholding the Dharma itself. You more so want to be seen. You want to cast the illusion of having a Dharma. You want to be seen and viewed as that guy with the Dharma, right? Adolf Hitler has Rahu in the ninth house as well, right? So not only that, Rahu is crazy. Rahu is insane. So Rahu in the ninth, it can give to a person having insane or seemingly insane types of thought paths or beliefs within their mind and whatnot, right? Uh, I've seen people with Rahu in the ninth who are Christian but have extremely contradicting beliefs in pertaining to their religion. Like I've seen niggas who Christian and believe in aliens and don't believe Jesus is the Messiah, right? You like, nigga, how in the absolute fuck are you a Christian, but you not even Christian, nigga? Like, what the fuck? You feel me? And I'm not bullshitting. Like, I've seen people with Rahu and a knife, even take it to Hitler. Like, Hitler, you know what I'm saying? Hitler was onto a whole bunch of, occult shit, you know what I'm saying? And Antarctica hidden bases, and you feel me, the true size of the earth hasn't been revealed, and trying to find these ancient artifacts of a masterful supremacy and the Aryan race, and you feel me, all this extra shit or whatnot, right? Which I'm pretty sure contradicted a lot of his actual findings. I don't believe that he actually was you know what I'm saying, he couldn't have been if he was truly the searcher of knowledge that, you know what I'm saying, history has led us to believe he is. There's no way that he could have believed that the German race or the white race was the race of genetic superiority. But that's a conversation, or that's a topic for another time, right? So getting back to Rahu in the ninth, right? He's just a crazy guy. He's in a temple. This is the place to where we're supposed to be understanding the laws of the substratums of reality in order to pull the human out of the illusion, in order to pull, you know what I'm saying, the dark aspects of the psyche out of the illusions to integrate it into the truth, right? Ninth house is a house of truth, to raise ourselves, to enlighten ourselves, to what they call it, baptize, or um reach the Tao, or whatever the fuck all these different spiritual systems be saying about, you know what I'm saying, ascension and all that extra shit, right? So yeah, you got the guy here that doesn't actually isn't capable of reaching it, for the simple fact that the guy is not willing to drop his hunger. He's not willing to drop his horniness. He's not willing to drop the desire to satiate his own ego, the desire to satiate his own simple level self, right? He's not willing to drop it. So instead of dropping it, what he does is pretty much spray Febreze on bullshit. And you know what I'm saying? Just he just try to just keeps covering up the fact that and instead of dropping myself, uh I should just add on shit to myself to where I'm pretty much just masking and becoming, this seemingly great God, respectable preacher, knowledgeable individual type of figure or whatever the fuck, right? Rahu and the ninth people will debate you to the fucking bone too. Like I've noticed like about people who got Rahu in the ninth. Like these are people who, and sometimes if it's placed in a certain way, they're actually convincing. They're really convincing. They can be really startling in their perceptions. You know what I'm saying? They can be really like they'll say some shit to you and you'll think about it and you'll be like, damn, this nigga actually he cooking, but it's bullshit at the end of the day. Or a lot of the times it be bullshit. Some of the times it could be right. I'm not just gonna act like, this position is just ignorant as fuck or whatever, right? But Rahu in the ninth, simple facts about Rahu in the ninth. So why is it MKS here? Rahu is a planet of self-effort. Rahu was a planet of fuck what everybody else is talking about, fuck the way that they do things, fuck that particular rule book, fuck that Bible, fuck that Quran. Rahu is not necessarily Rahu takes things into his own hands, right? And he gets down to the muscle with it, right? So he's not a listener. This is the thing. This is why Rahu doesn't necessarily do. This is one of the reasons Rahu doesn't do too well in the ninth house because to be in the ninth, you have to be a student. You have to be receptive. You have to be willing to, you know what I'm saying, go under the tutelage of a certain line of thought or of a particular system. You have to be able to forget what you know. You have to be, excuse me, you have to be able to clean yourself, empty yourself, forget what you know, forget uh whatever past bindings or holdings that you've attached to yourself, and you have to be able to see things with a clear and with a unrelenting lens, right? Rahu can't do that. Rahu, it's hard to forget you're hungry when you're hungry, right? It's hard to forget, you know what I'm saying, that you trying to fuck something when your body full of blood, right? Full of gushing, coursing ass blood, and I'm saying honey packs and Cialis, right? You can't necessarily just forget that, right? So Rahu comes into this house with his own agenda. It can often spawn, cult leader type of figures or personalities. On a smaller level, it can often spawn narcissists or somebody who's just unwilling to really take a deeper, more holistic look at themselves and refine or clean up their ways and whatnot, right? So, what else? Rahu in the ninth. Ninth is Devata, right? Rahu here, it can show that, you can also have Devatas who are of the same persuasion, right? So, not necessarily the guys who I guess you could say are the most law abiding, or the deities who are the most law abiding or are the most holy or respectable or benefic, if you will, right? Could be of a demonic, more demonic, or more of a whatever type of nature that you want to attach to that, right? I'm not necessarily going to say that's always going to be true for every chart. Of course, you have to check the entire play of the chart, how things intersect and interact with each other, and all that extra shit and whatnot. But yeah, another reason I'm doing this shit off the head is that another reason I could say that Rahu was MKS in the ninth house. Yeah, again, like Rahu is self effort. The ninth is not a physical effort. The ninth is an effort of the mind, rather, right? The ninth is, if you want to correct the ninth, or if you want to make a more holistic ninth house, you have to have faith, and you have to see whatever reality that you desire, whatever perception, whatever life, whatever that you feel is totally beneficial, true, holistic for your being and self, you have to embody that belief and perception as if it exists now, right? Rahu was hungry. Rahu was futuristic. It's always craving. When you're craving something, something is always beyond you. And the more that you crave it, it's like the more that it can feel like it's fucking running away from you, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, the more that you keep trying to fuck this bitch, the more that this bitch keep blocking your fucking number, blocking your Instagram. She blocked you on Facebook. The bitch blocked you on Tinder. The bitch blocked you on Backpage. I don't know why the fuck she was on Backpage. Why you was on Backpage even, but whatever. The bitch blocked you on Backpage. The bitch blocked you on Pinterest. If you get blocked on Pinterest, you're really a freaky ass nigga. Like, you really freak the fuck out. Like, if you get blocked on Pinterest, like, you really need to refine your ways, brother. Like, that's insane. Like, you're really a demon. If a bitch go out of their way to block you on Pinterest, you really need to be on some type of FBI watch list. Like, that's insane, my guy. But yeah, it's like you keep trying to fuck this bitch, and this bitch is it's like, dog, you're just too fucking thirsty. Like, chill out, cool out. You know what I'm saying? Relax. So the way that you meet your object of desire is being more Jupiterian, being more relaxed, having more faith. You know what I'm saying? Being cool about it, being positive, being faithful even when the reality can reflect the entirely opposite picture, right? But Rahu was not like that. So Rahu get to try to figure out, okay, uh, where the Cosby pills at, right? Where the motherfucking Quaaludes, right? This bitch gonna fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to stepping beyond certain boundaries potentially that shouldn't be stepped beyond. And this can cause karmatic consequences, you know what I'm saying, later down the line, or whatever the fuck, Velocity.